Why is fear so powerful? Well, fear, if you really think about it, again, through empathy, fear is one of the most motivating emotions to make us take action, right? And so think about it, like whenever you're in a state of fear, what do you want to do? You want to do anything by all means to rid that fear, get away from that fear. Make sense? Think about that. That's powerful. The second is love. I know. Again, it seems so simple, right? Love, fear. Oh, come on, D, I already knew this. But if you did, boo, your production would be crushing right now, right? And how do you apply it to this market? Well, you apply it to this market because you tie the features of your services to protect the things that you love. So again, through empathy, think about the things you love. Things you love could be family, right? It could be your children. It could be yourself, you know what I mean? Depending on your situation. Everyone has a different situation. You know, there's a reason why a lot of athletes, you know, make dedications like when they win a championship or when they win something and they achieve a huge milestone. There's a reason why they first give shout out to their moms. Yo, this is for my mom. I just want to shout out to mama because that's who they love. Now, why is that the first person that they think of? Why is that the very first thing that they say? Is because love is what influenced them to give it their all. Love is what influenced them to take risks and to take chances and to sacrifice, right? And so if you could tie the features of your services around the things that people love, you got a very powerful connection. Now, the last emotion that is very, very important as well, I refer to it as self-preservation, survival. Nowadays, you know, we could reference it as status. Status is something that everyone wants to protect, just like survival, right? Like, I gotta protect my way of living. I gotta protect my ability to pay my mortgage, to get a good education. This is why a lot of society goes deep into student loan debt, because they're looking for the status of, you know, certain letters by their name, BA, Masters, PhD, right? They'll neglect everything else, like the fact that, you know, most individuals do not use their area of focus in which they got their education to make a daily living, to make their living now. You know, how many people do you know that studied criminal justice, right? Again, it was the idea of status. This is how we come up. This is how we adapt and how we progress and how we evolve as human beings. You're constantly looking to get to a new status, especially your prospects and clients. The whole fact that they're talking to you about your services is because it's directly correlated and tied to their status. Make sense? So if you really think about it a little bit deeper, the reason why they want to get the lowest rate, to get the lowest payment, is in essence to protect their status. They don't want to look like a sucker. They got FOMO, right? Fear of missing out, fear of not getting the best. It's going to hinder their status. Same effect with, you know, if you got someone who doesn't need savings, right? Like they got a low interest rate. They got 100 grand in the bank. They're living good. There's no pain. So D, what do you do there, bruh? Like they got status already. Well, what you do is you get creative and you think outside the box. So yeah, this person is financially responsible, but you know what's better than that? Being debt free. So maybe you tune up your conversation to talk about, well, imagine if you paid this house off 11 years sooner, right? Imagine if you had this house paid off before you retire. Now that's a different status, isn't it?